What's good, man? What's happening, man? What's happening, man? What it do, man? See what I got on here, man. Poor connection as always. Always gonna be a poor connection. They don't never want me popping live. Got 2-3 folks on here. What's good, man? First off, what is it? Wednesday morning. Happy Wednesday morning. What it do? 357. Houston in the building. What's happening with it? Hey, man, we got some shit for y'all right now. Okay? All right, what we got, man? About 13 people on here so far. That might work, man. That might work. All right. So, me and Gaddafi, we've been having our meetings, putting our brainstorm together. What up with it, man? Who that is? Carissa, what up, man? You don't even call me no more, Carissa. Yeah, that's for Carissa, y'all. This right here, that's for Carissa. Anyway, but appreciate the support. All right, listen, man. July 15th. Arizona is done. We went down there. We had a ball. Everybody did what they did. Brought out their fast baggers, etc. We got a chance to put the shit down and get whatever. Now, July 15th is going down. Okay. I know y'all been seeing all of the traffic on Facebook, all of the shit talking, all of the the back and forth. Some of it going from friendly a little bit to heated, and all that's fine. That's what we call healthy shit talking. Hey, what up, sis? Tell my nigga D, put the Jello pudding pop down and back away from the motherfucking bedpan. You know what I'm talking about? Yo, D, put the Jello pudding pop down, man, and back away from the bedpan, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, anyway, my man Black Jesus, what it do, man? So anyway, I know y'all been seeing all the talk. There's been a lot of that shit going back and forth. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of shit between the West Coast and Detroit, the West Coast, Atlanta. Memphis, you got Hubba Bubba all upset in his feelings because his motorcycle slow as a motherfucker. And he in his feelings because the Hulk been getting drugged like a motherfucker. And you know what I'm saying? What you mad at everybody else for, Hubba? That's your slow ass motorcycle. All right, so you done been down there picking on Boo Man and you know what I'm saying? All right. So, me and Gaddafi, last year was our first year. This is our second year. And we plan on having many more. But this is what we're coming up with. Last year, the ride was 50 miles. This year, the ride will only be 30 miles. 15 out, 15 in. Y'all can deal with that, can't you? Your motorcycle, if you got a street bike, it should be able to go 15 miles in and 15 miles out. Now, this is for the street and street extreme. Okay, you got to ride the motorcycle. When we get there, we'll do a ride. 15 miles in and 15 miles out. Man, they fucking up all day today, man. There's been accidents and shit. I don't know, it's for a lot of road rage. Hey, man, y'all better start hugging each other, man. Hugging yourself, man. Let all this road rage shit go. Okay. So now we got that situated. We got that. Let me pull over real quick because I want to get this shit cracking. Okay. And apparently I got a good signal. Okay. All right, so the ride will consist of, to qualify for the race for street and street extreme, it's a 30-mile ride. 15 out, 15 back in. Boom. This year, everything will be on a timetable, on a time schedule. Period. We're not playing that shit. If you get there late, you will miss your class this year. Please get there early. The gates open at 8. We're actually, I'm telling you right now, the gates open at 8 o'clock Saturday morning because we have all day racing. We got like 13, 14 categories. We're trying to get on the track by 9, no later than 10 o'clock. So the races will start early this year. The races will start early this year. So now I got a poor connection over here. So let me leave from over here. Anyway, the races will start early this year. So please, if you're gonna race, get to the track early. Do not wait and think you can casually get to the track. We won't be there all night. We will be there into the night, but not all night. So make sure you get to the track early. That's the most important. If you're gonna get in any of the races. Now, like I said, y'all been hearing all of the bullshit between the West Coast, my man Bushead, between Hot Boy. Shout out to Hot Boy. Actually, fuck Hot Boy. Shout out to Hot Boy. And then a double fuck you to Hot Boy. You feel what I'm saying? You got Sammy. You got man, so many motherfuckers on the West Coast. The West Coast, man, is where this shit originated at. So I guess the West Coast will be the mother chapter of the racing, of the FHO racing kind of thing. It would be the mother chapter if it was, you know what I'm saying, to give y'all a better understanding for some of y'all. Now, the problem is, you got all these other chapters springing up, and they're saying, fuck the mother chapter. You feel what I'm saying? They're saying the mother chapter ain't did shit. Mother chapter ain't putting nothing down, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it is what it is. Now, with that being said, me and Gaddafi came up with a solution for this. Gaddafi and I are going to spend a decent amount of money. We're talking about like $1,500 for a belt, okay? A certified for real belt. The other belts we've been given been nice belts. You feel what I'm saying? Real nice, the whole 9 yards. But we're gonna spend this money for a real nice belt. $1,500 or so, and we're gonna give it. It's gonna be the West Coast versus the East Coast. I'm thinking 15 of the 15 baggers, a team of 15, and a team of 15 from the West, or 20, and 15 or 20 from the East. And I think we'll draw the line at everything up Texas. I know that means that leaves the West Coast a little bit short of states, and that gives the East Coast a little bit more states, but it is what it is. So the line to go up there from, Texas over, half of Texas, I don't know if Texas want to get out like that. Okay, well, I don't listen. Let me take that back. I don't mean that it started in California. I'm just saying the movement and the momentum came from California, okay? They've been racing for years, and people have been racing all in the backwoods. So please, let me get that correct. Thank you, whoever that was that shot me that, okay? But the momentum as we know it, how we know it to be, came up out of California, okay? So we got street extreme, all race, okay? For street, your bike has to be inspected, bags open, the whole 9 yards. You got to make the 30-mile ride. For street extreme, we don't have to inspect your bike. We don't have to take a look at your bags and this and that, because you can have everything you want. Now remember, street is a street legal motorcycle with no power additives. Okay, none whatsoever. Not a air shifter, not a blower, not a turbo, nothing. It's all motor street bike, turn signals and all that. Street extreme is the same thing, but with any kind of power additives, 2, 3, 4 power additives, it don't even matter, okay? Turn signals, the whole 9 yards. All race and street extreme must make the ride as well. All race is none of that shit, and of course you don't look at their bag. You gotta have bag. We're only racing baggers. So Sammy, this year your soft tail will not be able to get into the race. So if anybody know Little Sammy, Fast Sammy, Big Sammy, just tell him that his soft tail is not included in the race this year. We're not playing that at all. It's baggers only. Now, those are the 3 classes: street extreme, and all race. We will be going over that a little bit more later on. But now, so don't forget, we got the Top Fuel Harleys, the Pro Drag Harleys, so we're gonna do a special session for them. Also, we got the whatever they call that thing, where the what is that? The bracket racing. So that's for any and all motorcycles. So we encourage our sports bike riders to come out to do the bracket racing. We got money for the bracket racing as well. But everything is gonna be on a time. So the way we see it is this: we're gonna run the entire street class first, save the last 2 for the finals later on that night. We're going to do the street extreme class, run all the classes first, save the championship round for later on that night. And then the all race class, save the championship for the final round that night. In between there, so we'll be doing the bracket racing. In between there, we'll be doing the Top Fuel, the Pro Drags. We'll be doing the bracket racing. So everything will be on a strict time limit. I'm telling you right now. Now, let's get back. Also, now we got to throw in here this beef. We're gonna call this one we're gonna probably call this one gloves off. Okay, the gloves off race is you're gonna pick a side, the East Coast or the West Coast. Okay, the West Coast which is California for the most part, all of California, AZ, whatever, and then you got the East Coast, Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, the whole 9 yards. Okay, whatever side you choose, we're gonna line them up. If they got 20 baggers, they got it's gonna be 20 for 20. So if they only got 10, it'll be 10 versus 10. All the races 2 out of 3. Just curious. The races that we're having for the championship are not 2 out of 3. It's amateur tree on street and street extreme. All right, Mario. Street and street extreme, and on all races pro tree. Okay, but it's once you line up, elimination. We do have the buyback. Remember how I do my buyback? I do my buyback. You get the buyback one time and one time only, and you can buy back at any round. Period. So you do have a 1 round buyback, which is the same amount as the entry fee. You do have a 1 round buyback, and you can use that. So let's just say you make it to round 4 and you lose in round 4. You could buy back to go into round 5. Okay. You can buy back to go into round 5. Now let's just say you don't lose none of your races and you get to the championship race and you lose that race. You can buy back and he has to race you again for the championship race. Yeah, I know that's the FHO twist. It might sound like some bullshit. I don't give a fuck. It's my race. That's how it's going down. The whole 9 yards. So, that's that. But now this West Coast beef versus this East Coast beef. Have you guys ever thought about having a race category for the big wheel baggers? There are a lot of fast baggers. Okay, well, the big wheel baggers, get your ass in street class and run it. It's just that simple. There's no such thing as a big wheel bagger. I mean, it is a big wheel bagger, but I'm just saying there wouldn't be no special race class because then you still got to get in the who got motor. If you build a big wheel bagger and you think you're fast enough to get in the street class, which is all motorbike, you feel what I'm saying? Some of you big wheel baggers got turbos and stuff like that. Get in where you fit in, man. Build it up with a big wheel and build it up with some big motor or whatever you got to need to do. But you guys do have action to get in that. Also, I'm working with Tombo Racing right now to try to do a bike show, a big bike show. And he was saying the same thing with the big wheels. Do a bike show with a couple of different categories. So we're trying to get that locked in as well during the same day. So, again, everything will be on time. So now this is what we're going to do. For the East Coast versus the West Coast, however many bikes it is, whether it turn out to be 15 bikes, 15 versus 15, okay? The West Coast have 15, the East Coast have 15. We're going to put the numbers in a hat, okay? And this is going to be the most wins. However we draw the numbers. So let's just say on the East Coast, I draw 1, and on the West Coast, I draw 6. Well, the East Coast 1 might be a 103. What up, Pete? What up, Steve? The East Coast number 1 might be a 103, an all motorbike, and the West Coast number 6 might be a full-out race bike. Oh well, that's just a win for the West Coast. We pull the next round. Now on that round, the East Coast might have a street extreme bike, maybe versus a West Coast street bike. Oh well, that's going to be a win for the East Coast. So it's going to be an even pull. And it's going to be whoever win the most races out of 15 races. And we might even do 2 out of 3. I don't know, depending on the time. But we're going to be, so in other words, it's going to be, we're racing for bragging rights, not for, for bikes and jockeys, but just to say who has the fastest bike. Now, like I said, some of the races are going to be blowouts because if I put you up against an all race bike and you got a regular street bike, of course, he's supposed to blow you out, but he can get to the line, panic, and do whatever he want to do. You feel what I'm saying? What I would have seen, note? You feel what I'm saying? He can get to the line, and do whatever. What you say? He say models. I like motorcycles, but I love B models, fine ass tenders walking around. Okay, well we might do that then. I might have to give him my man Playboy Promotions. He got all of the strip club strippers on lock. I might have to get him out there, man, and we might have to let them model something, man, with the little, round 1, round 2s or whatever. We might have to do something like that. That'd be a hollow idea. Appreciate that, Bruce. I have to probably see what that's gonna cost me. But that's what's gonna be going on, man. So that's how we're gonna do the East Coast versus the West Coast. My Facebook right now is shut down, so it is. That's why I haven't been going Facebook Live. It's shut down completely. But that's what we're doing, man. We're gonna do the East Coast versus the West Coast. Put all the names in the hat. However we draw, however we pull, that's who you race against. So whoever has the most races will get this belt. This is gonna be a real nice belt. Whichever side has the most races, whether it be the East Coast, whether it be the West Coast, whoever has the most races, they are the true champions, and it is what it is. So all of you guys on the East Coast need to get together. If y'all got 30 bikes, and the West Coast only got 20, y'all gonna pick y'all best 20 bikes against their 20 bikes, and we're gonna go at it, man. And however it line up, there is no order, there is no motor order, no jockey order, no none of that. We give every bike will be assigned a number, 1 through 20, and however we pull your bike, that's what bike gonna race this bike. You feel what I'm saying? So it's gonna be some unfair races, it's gonna be some good races, but it's at the end of the day, it's gonna be, the most sensible way, and we're gonna have fun doing it. So again, please, I'm telling you, do not get to the track late if you're entering any of the races. We trying to start racing at 8 o'clock, and we'll do the finals later on that night, 8 or 9 o'clock that morning, do the finals later on that night, and get this stuff done. So don't forget, we got the prizes, cash prizes for the 3 categories. We got the bracket race prize, I believe, and then we got we're doing the special belt for the East Coast versus the West Coast to see who will be the dominant, who will be the champion. Also, if you want to lock in a race, all that bullshit fat mouthing and all that hollering and shit y'all been doing and screaming, lock it in, man. You can send a money order, whatever y'all discuss, and please discuss all the details. Like, for example, my man Bushead and Hindu, my man Bushead from Choppers and my man Hindu boy out of Detroit, they have locked in a race. But this is what I want to say. Before you lock in a race, please discuss all the details. Like, for example, is a red light a loss? We already know, for the most part, that a red light is a loss. But when you're betting, you feel what I'm saying, you need to specify these things. Is it a one shot, one kill? In other words, once we line up, one race only. Is it 2 out of 3? Like I said, red light, lose automatically. Whatever the stipulations is, please have all that stipulated and contact me or Gaddafi, send us your money, and we will have it for the winner, the punk out money. So, for example, what we're asking for is if you call a nigga out and it's $1,000 bet, each one of y'all should be sending $500 that goes to the winner, just in case one of you guys don't show up or somebody punks out or whatever. So that's how we're asking for that. Your money is safe and sound with me or Gaddafi. We're not playing them hoe ass games, okay? So it is what it is. Your money is safe. We're not playing them hoe ass games. But let's lock in some races, man, and quit fat mouthing all this jaw jacking, and you feel what I'm saying, and lip boxing. And let's lock in some races, man. Let's have a good time. July 15, Commerce, Georgia. Y'all also stay tuned for the new commercial we got coming out. That shit is hot. It's on my Instagram, but we got to clean it up a little bit. But we did the rough draft on the Instagram last night, and it dropped real hard. So, again, East Coast versus the West Coast, we got something for you. We got plenty of racing July 15th, Commerce, Georgia. I promise you're going to want to be here. It's going to be a hell of a weekend. The Kings of the South have their anniversary that weekend. We got the races on Saturday. So, you can come in for the anniversary and leave out in time and the whole 9 yards. We're in Commerce, Georgia, which is about 75 miles away from downtown Atlanta. It is one of the premier tracks in the world. You hear me? In the world. So we paying top dollar for the track. For this whole entire event, we're paying top dollar just to make sure you guys are comfortable. We're working on the VIP booth. They got the air-conditioned VIP booth. We'll let you know once we get those how many we got and how much they cost. And again, gates open at 8 a.m. If you have a trailer or RV, the gates open Friday night for you. You can actually spend the night if you need to. Come on in and do whatever you want to do. All right? It's your man, Big CLFHOHNIC. If you see Hot Boy, tell him I said fuck him. And I was told to tell Snowman that ever since he lost his gold, he lost his goal. So they say lost the goal, lost the goal. They say, Snowman, you was faster when you had your gold teeth, big homie. Anyway, I'm just a messenger. Please don't shoot me, because I'll shoot back. It's your boy, Big Cellar H-O-H-N-I-C, man. I'm gone, man.